Hello, I'm Michelle. I'm one of the photographers at the Philadelphia office. I have been with Intersection for about 4 years now. When I first started, I was shooting with my Canon 5D Mark III. I was carrying around L lenses with it, the 16 to 35, the 24 to 70, 70 to 200. I also carried prime lenses around, like a 35, a 50, and 85. After a while, carrying all that gear becomes very cumbersome and heavy. I started to notice some back problems after 40 hours and so many years. So I started looking for alternatives, something that was a little easier on me physically, but something that still produced the quality that Intersection requires. So I came across the Canon G7X Mark II. It is a point-and-shoot camera. It's not considered a professional grade camera. There's no weather sealing. If you drop it, it's going to break. I know that from experience. This thing may not make it to 100,000 shutter clicks, but again, for the price and for what it can do, it's definitely worth looking into. So this thing is super small, super compact. I can just put it in my coat pocket, pull it out. It's really great for winter. I don't have to have too much gear. There's not a whole lot of unzipping happening. In the summer, I can ride my bicycle and just throw this in like my front pouch. Be good to go. And just can chase after those buses and get them real quick. Main reason I got this is it's fully manual, so I can adjust everything at the same, but then you still have the same kind of controls that you're going to have on a DSLR. So I still have aperture priority, shutter priority, a custom mode, program mode, auto if you want it, but I usually tend to stay in manual, love it there. I use the autofocus on this, but you can also switch it really quick to a manual focus. The thing I love the most about this is the versatility of the lens. So this is a 24 to 100. It's all optical zoom. You can add the digital zoom, but I tend to stay away from that. But for the optical zoom, you're going to get a true 35 equivalent of 24 to 100. Another dope thing about that lens is, one, it's all one piece, so it's not interchangeable. It's just, this is all one piece. That lens is a 1.8 to a 2.8, so it's not a 5.6, it's not a 6.3. So if you're at 24 or if you're at 100, you can still get this thing down to 2.8. I tend to hover around like 3.2 or 3.5. That's where it's sharpest, but it's still pretty dope. So another cool thing about the lens system, it's got image stabilizer all the way throughout. So hand holding is easy. I don't need a tripod. I've been able to take this down to like 1/15 of a second, 1/10 of a second. So I can get some creative motion blur, or I can use it to like, hey, I'm in a really dark place and I just need a couple more stops to get the exposure that I need. This thing really dominates right in there. Another feature that makes it dope is this tilt screen. So it's a touch screen also, so I can actually do my autofocus on the touch screen, which has been wonderful since I wear glasses. So now I don't have to like stick the thing up and smudge up my glasses and squint a lot. So my eyes have been thanking me for getting this camera as well. So again, we have the tilt screen, it's a touch screen, so you can just really be super stealthy. Oh, look at me, I'm taking pictures. I'm looking here, but my camera is angled there. Nobody knows. It's fantastic. And you just look like a tourist with this. Nobody cares. The focus is really fast on this. It has track focusing, AI servo, again, all the features that you're going to find in a DSLR, but like super compact. So the autofocus is really good. The one thing I will say is this thing is supposed to shoot video. I've used it to shoot video, and I have never been happy. So I would just say video is a no-go on this thing, mostly because, ironically, the autofocus, like I've never really been able to get solid focus on my video images. Oddly enough, they've come out with the Canon G7X Mark III, and that's supposed to incorporate like 4K, but it has been getting nothing but bad reviews. So if you're going to look into one of these, maybe stick with the 2. Mainly because, again, I think their next generation, they were trying to do better on the video, and by doing better on the video, I think they kind of messed up some things on the photo end that they got right with this one. If it helps too, there's another one coming out, the G5X, which I may be on board to get that one. I feel like that's the next version from this. So if anybody wants to, pick this one up for cheap, let me know. We'll do a little tradey trade. Otherwise, I know Sony puts out a really nice point and shoot that's very comparable to this. So if you're not sure, give it a try. If you would like to, go ahead and check out some of my images. I've been shooting with this for the past 2 years. So you can just go right into the digital library, and under the search settings, you can look for images tagged by Michelle Smith. And that's me. And then just see, some of my images and tell me what you think. If you're like, hey, these are great, or if you think, hey, maybe you should get back to that DSLR business, I'm totally open for suggestion. So either way, I hope this was really helpful. I hope you get an opportunity to give this a whirl. And if you like this kind of content-y stuff, let me know. Maybe we can make some more and have some fun with it. Until then, be safe out there, guys, and I'll see you soon.